Yeah, man. That's all.
Man. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, PC Nation, man? We are back with another episode of Press Box, man. Got a special guest back in the building again. You know, Tia Vet, man. My dog, Steve Nelson, man. Came back to drop us some jewels, man. Give us a little bit more insight. And then, you know, we got the nasty man himself early. You know,
Nasty
well, I ain't
man.
gonna say nasty man, bro. Just daring
I've
to
been
be
good
different.
lately, man.
Yeah. Trent ain't here right now. That's the nastiest one of them all, though. But you know, I
Yeah,
ain't gonna tell
Trent
nobody.
nasty like that.
Man. If you played after 2005, if you played before 2005, he don't respect it.
Nah.
It don't even exist. It don't even register.
Jeez.
But man, it's good. We got a few more other people pulling up. We gonna talk about, you know, they just released the early draft, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And then of course we're gonna recap them games. And you know, of course, that's just the perfect time to mix all that in together. Some narratives, some things that was, you know, I guess people want a victory lap or whatever the case may be, man. But it was a lot of good ball going on. And not good ball going on, but you know, I don't know. We could start off, you know, I guess the talk of the town, bro. Might as well just get straight to it. Lamar didn't have that good of a game versus the Bengals, man. You know, everybody, you know, want to harp on him. He didn't have that good of a game versus the Bengals. I guess wet the bed. I think he's still hurt, but you know, I'm a Lamar guy, so they always say we make excuses for him.
Right.
But what you think? You know, from your eye.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. You know, Lamar all world, man. I mean, you can't really say too much bad about him. Besides, you know, he hasn't won a big game yet. He hasn't got to the dance. But this year, unfortunately, you know, got been a little banged up. A little bit more than he would like to, a little bit more than the Ravens would like to. And I think it's a situation that, you know, Harbaugh needs his players to play. You know, he needs to right this ship, you know, hurt or not. I mean, this is why we pay you all the money. And, you know, sometimes you got to go out there and what Dan Shopper said, put the team on my back, though. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's one of those situations. So, I mean, I don't even like watching the Ravens at this point. You know, like what are we watching? I mean, a banged up Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's polarizing when he's able to be a dual threat. So it's hard for me to watch them or watch him. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Early.
First of all, you niggas in the chat, never mind my man bun, okay? I got my barber wasn't barbering today. He wasn't here. He wasn't, you know,
The chat
available.
going crazy already? I ain't even see nothing.
Yeah, they talk about me. He said they got a struggle ponytail. Listen. I thought about it. We talked about it yesterday on a different platform. I thought about it. You know, if they're gonna keep giving people like Jalen Hurts passes, they'll keep giving a lot of these guys passes. I'm gonna be honest with you, until the market a true number one and he's fully healthy, because he's not healthy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of tired of him saving John Harbaugh's ass. Like, I'm getting tired of that. And I feel like it's one of them things where, like, when you looked at the beginning of the season, defense was terrible. Got rid of Jai Alexander. Yeah, they could have made a run, and if they would have won every single game going forward, they could have got in the playoffs. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd rather not put a hurt Lamar out there. In all honesty, not for a season where I don't believe we might make it all the way. Now, a lot of people might say, as an organization, if we get the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Patty Mahomes out there, you take a chance. But to be honest with you, after this loss to the Bengals, I might just send them off for the rest of the year and say, you know what, man. Look, bro, we'll get him next year, but we gonna try to get you number one for sure.
Donnie, we was talking about the Bengals Ravens game. You know, Lamar played bad, but I just wanted to give people a few outlooks on it. What you think about it? Your takeaways from the game.
I think it's pretty obvious that Lamar is hurt because we've never seen Lamar play at this low of level for this stretch of games before. And the situation around him isn't really helping either. I mean, it's funny. It feels like all the elite quarterback situations are kind of finally catching up with him. Whether it's Josh Allen at Buffalo with the lack of receiver talent, Lamar with the lack of receiver talent, Mahomes just doesn't really have an X right now that he can really rely on, and it feels like it's catching up with everybody, and it's tough. I don't fully disagree with Early in the fact that it's hard because like I don't know if they're going to get into the playoffs because the division is so bad, but if they don't because of Lamar's health, like you got to put that first because you don't want to have a long-term injury that could affect next season. So it's tough, man. Shout out Cincy. I thought the defense played pretty well. I thought Burrow looked okay on his debut game back, but I think my main takeaway right now is Lamar is clearly not healthy, and it's just unfortunate.
But that's my bad.
We know that Lamar can win without a lot, but we know for a fact the Ravens can't win without Lamar.
But one second early, I'm a L host, man. I gotta give a proper introduction, man. His first show here, man. My guy Donnie, man, picking spreads. This is an episode where we talking about the draft, man. And my dude, I mean, if you don't follow his content, but he put in a lot of work on that draft content. So respect to him. You know what I mean? I know he got a lot of input, a lot of motion in that realm. So why not, make this his debut episode, man, because he'll give y'all boys a lot of insight about this draft because I'm pretty excited about it. I'm glad that when I saw it got released, you know what I mean? It's just like, for me, not to go too far off on a tangent, for me, the quarterback play for this draft, not really there. So what made me like kind of, hone in on it. Well, what is everybody else gunning for? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good players in this draft, even though it's not good quarterbacks. It's still some great players in this draft. I don't know if you guys are big NCAA fans, but there's a lot of guys out there playing football, that can still help a team, take that next step. Maybe not with the QB, but this is other positions, pass rushers, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, Donnie big on the offensive line. To me, I think this is going to be a real good receiver draft, I don't know, maybe they just might not be like the freakish guys, but, I beg to differ. You still got guys like Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, my guy from Tennessee. The more and more I watch him play, like I'm starting to see, like, you know what I mean. He legit.
Who do you compare him to?
I don't know, bro. That's really hard to say because he got burners, bro. Like to me, I think he like what's my boy that played for the Steelers and went to Ole Miss, bro?
Who?
Mike Wallace.
Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I think you compare him to a guy that played for the same school, Jalen Hyatt, who I still believe hasn't got the legit chance since he got to the Giants, man. If you remember, Jalen Hyatt was a complete burner, was a pretty decent route runner, just never kind of like got his chance in the league. So I'm not poo-pooing on him, but yeah, he could. Jalen Hyatt, I think, similar to.
Yeah, I love Chris Brazzell. I think he's awesome. There's been, the recent trend with Tennessee receivers, and, Bama, this as a big college fan also, that offense is just so unique and different because of how often they spread those wide receivers out in condensed formations. It's it's just different. So a lot of the times, those guys don't have to face a lot of press coverage because that's just the offense that they run.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brazzell has done a good job to show that he can not only face it, but beat it, which is, that's valuable in today's NFL, being able to line up as a boundary receiver and beat any type of press coverage, especially when he is, as talented of a deep threat as he is. So, yeah, he is another guy I really like, and you hit it on the head, man. Like, there's so many good receivers in this draft that have really taken a jump. During the summer, it was a lot of questions about this receiver draft. It was, Jordan Tyson's pretty good, but he's coming off an ACL tear. Carnell Tate is talented, but we haven't seen that jump yet. Mekhi Lemon's pretty good, but we need to see those ball skills improve. And I feel like with the majority of those receivers, those questions we had, they answered them. and it's turning into a very good receiver draft.
Yeah, Nick Saban said he liked Kyle Lemon a lot.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
What happened to the kid from Bama though, man?
Ryan, man, I think with Ryan, and I ain't gonna speak too much on it because it's so many. Like,
is it something like? Is it personal? I mean, I don't know. Is it like something off the field? Like, you know what I mean? This is like
I think what it is, man, he fell into the fame, man. Like, you gotta think about it. 17. I don't know. A lot of y'all boys don't know about it, but like Alabama, dude, like they own you. You know what I mean? Like, you a rock star. Like,
for sure.
You know, I know, like he probably like fell into it. You know, all the females on campus. Oh, Ryan. Like, you a rock star, bro. You know, you the 17-year-old sensation, bro. You know what I mean?
You pretty much already slotted to get drafted when you get there.
Yeah, pretty much, because how he was just hyped up. He reclassed forward. You know what I'm saying?
Legendary receivers.
And I think really what it is, he didn't practice his craft, man. He's still out there playing on his instinct, and you know that shit meet the fans sooner or later. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, you know, you can be a LeBron James, but them guys right there are so few and far in between. Steve, you know this, bro. That shit take work, and everybody else putting in work. So how can you outwork everybody that's putting in work? You know what I mean? And I never really saw the videos of him working out. You know, when I saw JJ on Instagram, you know, he was on the judge machine. He was with Route God. He was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like every time you saw him, he was where he needed to be.
He was putting in work,
putting in work. Ryan, you kind of seeing him on TikTok. You know, he being funny. It's like, you know, I'm not mad at it. It's yep. You know, he got the fingernails. I'm like, I'm not mad at it. You know, it's like I'm trying to.
He won't come out to grab the shit, all right?
He got one more.
No, he got one more. Yeah, he's a sophomore.
Yeah. He's had one of the most disgusting downfalls I've ever seen in history, bro. Like, I don't even know who that guy is anymore, bro.
But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not being a fan, but like, I'm trying to tell you, if he figure it out between today and Saturday and 4 on, like, this Alabama team,
he got to have a
really legit because you got to think about it. Like, we are getting the production out of, like, don't get me wrong, I love Jeremy. I think Isaiah Horton gonna be a steal of the draft, especially day 2. He is gonna be a major steal. 6'4", 215, can catch the ball, jump up. But let's just be honest. Potential-wise, Ryan cleared them, like gapped them in potential-wise.
Athletic, he's different.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? If he could figure out, you know, I feel like it's just up here with him, Steve. Like, it's just literally up there.
It's almost like it's internal as far as like in their you know, within a building. It's like when you see him out there, they're not even looking his way most of the time.
Right.
It's like he in a doghouse. So, you know, it's not like he can't get open. It's like maybe he just, I don't know. They making him grow up or something. I don't know. It's like a Keon Cole.
That's why.
Huh?
So he been piss poor this year. That's why, man. Like, for all the hype, you know, NCAA cover, like, man, it's bad.
He was supposed to be the next one. I mean, you know that pedigree coming out of Alabama. I mean, and then when you see him catch a curl and you know what I'm saying, get up out of there, like that's glaring. You know what I mean? You gotta. But I think they jumped the gun for sure. You know what I mean?
He's having a hard time doing the simple things too, like just catching the ball a lot of times.
That's why I think it's just mental. Like like we saw Ryan, you know, make the craziest catches, stay in bounds, score touchdowns off of it.
Yeah.
When you just drop a simple slants, you know what I mean, simple digs, it's something else, bro. Like it's mental. I think it's it's either you count that check too fast, or you know, it's something.
Everybody ain't ready for that responsibility at that young. You know what I'm saying? 17.
Can I ask you about that? Like, when you didn't have it, but could you imagine yourself at 21 years old at Oregon and Oregon State, right?
Yes, sir. Oregon State.
Oregon State making $1 million or $2 million at 19, 20, Steve?
I mean, I couldn't imagine that, but I will say where I was at Oregon State, there's nothing to do there but buy Nike. You go to
Yeah.
Portland or you go to Beaverton. So I probably would have just, I went into designer and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But still, and then, the big buku chains and all that jewelry stuff didn't really come out until I really say like 2015, 2016, especially in the league. Now these kids on the sideline, like I spoke about this on my podcast the other day. Well, earlier I sent it to you. I was talking about financial literacy with athletes, and I mean,
Man.
you see the red shirts spending their whole NIL. I'm talking about big crazy, but banana chains. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the message?
Yeah.
What's the message here? Like, we go to college to get some jewelry. Like, that ain't it, my boy. You supposed to make it to the next level.
Even with financial literacy, though, Steve, you can't expect a 19-year-old to be that financial literate. I don't care how much teaching you do. I don't even
Yeah.
care if you come for money. At 19, 20 years old, just the way your brain thinks, you're gonna make dumb decisions, man.
Oh yeah,
Like
100,
you
100.
give it a 19 to 20-year-old a car that can go a V12.
Yeah.
I agree, but I disagree because, like, for instance, I feel like instead of freshman seminar, those athletes, like the basketball and football players, they should go into a financial literacy course instead of freshman seminar. It's like, okay, so you guys are different than the regular student body. The regular student body go in the seminar to learn how the campus is. No, you guys are already pretty much, y'all not even really finna be able to enjoy campus. So we need to teach you guys how to manage this money, especially you guys right here that got the 1.2 million, 2.4 million. You guys finna come into some instant money real quick. Y'all just broke high schoolers 2 weeks ago. We gonna teach you how to manage this. It's just like a whole class because Herm Edwards talked about it. He said he felt like they needed that for the NFL. But the NFL, they don't care. Hey, bro, we gonna give you this money. We're not gonna teach you how to manage it, and we hope you give it back. We go find you every chance you get. Like, so it's like, the NFL, Steve, man, that's dirty.
Yeah.
I feel like in college, since it's higher learning anyway, why not just go ahead, take these guys that finna go to the league, they getting $2, $3, $4, $5 million. Go ahead and put them in a class that's gonna teach them how to manage that money. You know what I mean? Like,
I think who did a great job with that, given Deion Sanders did an amazing job.
Yeah.
With his entire team. I mean, bringing what's her name, Brittany Renner in the building, and you know what I mean. And he preached that. Teaching them how to be men off the field, and I can't say, I don't know if every coaching staff is looking past that. I think they're more just like, we playing football and that's it. I think Deion did a good job because I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, I mean, when those kids in college, like Bama said, I mean, like my boy earlier said, it's those guys are young, you know what I mean? And most of those little seminars or classes or whatever, half the time, man, that go in that one end out the other. They like, man, what the next party is, or you know what I mean? Like, they don't process it that well. But Deion, a voice like him, it can get home. So I think they struggle with I think the leadership has to kick up.
How do you tell a top 5 prospect, right? Because it's always that one that's like, I come from nothing. We 6, 7 in a 2-bedroom apartment, and now I got coaches coming 6, 7, and now I got coaches coming, and not only are they offering scholarships, they offering a bag. Mama, we ain't never had nothing. You drive a 92 that with the windows that roll, and now you talking about you give me $4 million? How do you even teach them how to be financial? Not only that, the people in his community, the people around him, like, you about to get how much? Because back in the day, it was like, that's that funny money. Like, we know you gonna get paid, but like, you supposed to get that. But now it's like out in the open. So now mom ain't gotta hide that you got her a house. Mom ain't gotta hide that she got a brand new Benz in the driveway. Like, how you do that? The kid ain't never had nothing. I bust my ass to be a top 5 prospect, and now I got all these offers and all this bread coming my way. Like,
yeah, it's like it's bittersweet. Yes, they work for it, and they deserve it. But I just think the frontal lobe is not fully developed in that aspect.
Absolutely not.
And that's why you see a lot of things that you see today. People out here talking about they can't build a legacy with $100 million.
Oh,
Yeah, like man, like
You
like
know,
Shannon Sharp said, because you don't get that whole hundred.
Meanwhile, I'm a broke
But if you
college
can't
student.
manage a life with 60 million liquid, like we know you don't get the whole 100, Steve. But 55, 60 liquid, like the difference we had, like y'all understand, liquid mean I can go touch that. I know people with billions in credit, but liquid,
Midas
I mean, I
touch,
can touch 60 million. If you can't
Midas touch.
survive off of that, my man, what life you living?
What are you doing? And then not to mention like guys like that. I mean, we're not even. You don't even have to touch that type of money. You don't have to go in your football account. Like imagine all the endorsements and appearances and what like card deals, just everything. Like how do you mismanage that? I mean, it happens, bro. It
And
happens.
when you hot as fish grease, like Steve, it's weird that most people that get rich and famous, you work your whole life to make some money to get some stuff, and then when you get the money, you get everything free.
Yeah, and everything free. So what are you actually like? What are you doing? Yeah, man. I think Shannon Sharp broke it down. I just did a podcast about it, the whole thing. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I think it's just a lot of pressure too. People don't know how to say no. And then people really enjoy that lifestyle. Like they spend, I guess above their means, but I don't know.
yeah. But back to the mock draft, man. With them quarterbacks, from what you saw so far, man, what team? I know they got right now, from what I'm seeing on here, they got Ty Simpson going to the Jets. How do y'all feel about that?
Donnie broke this down to a science. Like we just talked about this. That's so crazy. Donnie, talk to me, Donnie.
Yeah, man, it's actually funny. We were just talking about that yesterday. Yeah, man. I think this quarterback draft is interesting, and I think we're gonna learn a lot more about it in about a month from now. Considering most of these guys, at least you would assume all three of them are going to be in the playoffs. Indiana already locked in. Oregon's a locked in. Bama, you would assume they're going to get in, even if they lose to Georgia. You would assume the SEC is going to keep them in. So it's going to be interesting to see how they all do in high leverage situations. Ty Simpson, during that stretch in Bama, that stretch from like Wisconsin to I'd say about Tennessee, that was like some great stuff. That was I was watching him. I was thinking he could be the first pick. He could be a top 5 pick. He was playing as clean as anybody. He was accurate, poised, showing off a good arm, all this stuff. But then after that game, it just slowly started going downhill. And it's a little frustrating to watch. The accuracy hasn't been as good. It feels like he's just a couple feet off. So many throws just being insane. It's just he's just so close, but it's just regressed a little bit. It's kind of weird. I'm still a Ty Simpson guy. I'd still take him in the first round. And I'm excited to see what he does in the playoffs. I think he'd fit the Jets pretty well because the Jets are one of the few teams that need a quarterback with a good offensive line. They drafted Amon Membu and Alou Fashanu, great tackles. They have a great interior. So if a guy like Ty Simpson, who has been inconsistent under pressure, goes to the Jets, I think that'd be huge for them because he's going to have a great offensive line. He's going to have Garrett Wilson and maybe another first-round receiver if they decide to use their other first-round pick on a receiver. So I think it makes sense. I still like Ty Simpson. I do really hope that he can bounce back to that old form. And he's got a big test this weekend, and I know you're excited for it.
I'm gonna be honest, man. This is the only time y'all would catch me being honest about my team real quick, man.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
I like Ty Simpson a lot because he was an upgrade from Jalen Milroe. I feel like he was more of a pure passer, and it was going to allow Alabama to utilize all the receivers what they had coming in. After watching those 2 games, I get it. they D1 AA teams, but after watching those 2 games of those D1 AA teams and seeing Keelan Russell, bro, compared to Ty Simpson, it's like when you see Keelan, it's like, Steve, you'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson's out there playing not to fuck up. Versus when I see Keelan Russell throw the ball, he's playing to make a play. Like in Keelan head, everything is wired. Like, so you see somebody blitz him right there. I get it, it's Eastern Illinois, but he's spinning in between the pocket and then right there, zip the ball. I'm talking about it's a crazy zip. This is fool. You know what I mean? It's like, dog. This is like
we just talked about this. That's so funny.
I see why
he's got the goods.
You know I mean? But when you see Ty, it's like he want to show that, hey man, I was overlooked 3 years. I waited my turn. I'm not gonna mess up. You know what I mean? It's like you watching a little Nick Saban out there. I'm making sure I'm not gonna gamble enough to throw the game away. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the gauntlet we just went through, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna throw picks.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are starting to put tape together against you because, you know, you watch the Missouri game, you watch the Wisconsin game, you watch all of these games where he's throwing these passes on the money. If I'm a D coordinator, of course, if I'm the Oklahoma D coordinator of Brent Venables, I'm gonna take that shit away. You know what I mean? Same thing with they got old boy over there at Ohio State. They got the offensive coordinator. What's his name from the Lions? They got him over there. I can't remember his name. Matt Patricia, but he finna do the same shit where they finna give you a headache. The same thing what Auburn did. They do a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage. Then next thing you know, this DB right here, he press, he fly, he back off, this dude retreat. They not just you finna get a lot more that this from this weekend going forward. That's all you finna see now. And what Ty's going through is like, oh, I can't mess up. I can't mess up. But at the same time, you get dudes one-on-one. And that's why I was like, that's why I see where Ty Simpson go struggle at. He can't throw the deep ball at all. Like it's bad. Like at this part,
you can't throw the ball. It's bad.
And I get it. Ryan Williams dropped a few passes in the beginning of the season, but like late, it's been bad. It's been bad. You know what I'm saying? You got Lottie Brooks on the wheel route. You missing that. You get Jeremy Bernard one-on-one with the safety. You underthrowing that. And I mean, I get it. You get the flag, but this weekend forward, you got to connect on those passes if you want to get these guys up out of here, because I'm going to tell people right now, man, Kirby scared me, man. One thing I hate to see, bro, is that defense lock up and them boys commit to the run game. Kirby looked like he got an NFL season form, because you see what he's doing. He relying on that run game, then gonna stop them to pass out of play action over the top, but that team is playing physical. Everybody playing with their ears pent back. We've got to force a guy to the boundary. We force him to the boundary. We force him back inside. We relying on our guys to come make plays. Georgia looking like a real complete team, bro. And I don't know if Alabama really to beat that twice in a row. It's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? Our play call and got kind of average throughout the season. Ty ain't hitting on how he's supposed to been hitting. The deep ball just non-existent right now. It's gonna be hard. I mean, you got to go out there and make a play this weekend. Like this not the time to play all timid. Bro, you gotta let your nuts hang, man. I'm sorry. You got to, bro. Like them boys. I hate to say it, but like
I'm not. If I'm y'all, I'm not afraid of that Georgia offense. It is a gunner.
You say that early, but what it is they commit to the run game. They commit to out physical you. It ain't supposed to be all pretty. Georgia's committed to making this shit a bar fight. Like, hey, bro,
it's gonna be a physical game for sure. It's gonna be a physical game, and they, like you said, they wear you down. That's their style. They wanna, they're not gonna shy away from the run. They just gonna keep hammering, and then they're gonna play good defense. So,
it's like 90s, in the early 2000s football.
It's like old school Alabama. Literally, it's like the old Alabama. We're going to commit to the run, and we're going to play great defense. And we're going to wait till the fourth quarter to come around, and now we really finna knock your teeth out because you're tired and you're hurting. And I don't know, it's gonna be tough. But like I say, if Ty can make it through this, I mean, I like maybe he might be a first round quarterback. To me, I feel like a lot of these guys, if not all of them, I don't know, Donnie, if Dante Moore coming out or not, but for the most part, outside of him, a lot of these dudes are backups, or like legit.
Do you think it's gonna be
project
5? Do you think it's 5 this year going in the first?
Quarterbacks?
Yeah.
No.
Or it's gonna be, or it's really that
Fernando
down?
Mendoza.
It's 3.
Dante Moore and Simpson. That's it. Simpson. That's it.
Yeah, if Dante Moore come out, he a day one starter, I think. So I don't know, Donnie, how you feel about him, but I think he's like the only day one starter.
I love Dante. I think he's on. I think the last few games he's played against USC and Washington have been great. And I think he's battle tested too, especially for a guy who's so young. He goes to Iowa, who, whether you want to say Iowa, obviously not a top tier program. What we do know about Iowa is that they're physical and they have a hell of a defense, and they're going to make you struggle. And in a very rainy game on the road against them, when he was down, he needed a game-winning drive. He put together one of the best drives of the year, and he made 2 of the best throws of the entire year. And, stuff like that shows you that you are battle-tested, and it's stuff that NFL scouts are going to appreciate. So I love Dante. I think he's great. I think you could argue he's QB1. For me, I'm higher on Mendoza. I'd still, at this point, I don't really know who I'd take. I like them both about the same. Like, it's at the point where I want to see how they play in the playoffs, and then I'll say use QB1. But I don't have enough good things to say about Dante. I think he's great, especially when you consider he's not even 21 yet.
But like, God, do you think anybody goes other than them 3?
No, probably not. Like, I think Sellers is probably going to hit the portal, and then. I mean, if he would to crazy, if Sellers would declare, which I think would be crazy, if he would, I could see a team, going in the back end of round 1, taking him like
Lamar Jackson style.
Possible. Yeah, like a Lamar Jackson style, like one of the last few picks of the draft of the first round. But no, I'd say as of right now, there's 3 guys. I think it's Dante, it's Mendoza, and it's Simpson. That's what I think.
If 2 more, I say 5. If 2 more go, it's going to be 0-4 all over again. It's going to be 2 extra quarterbacks that went in the first round that shouldn't have went, and then we know who them 2 are.
What about that quarterback from UConn, though? He having a good year, too. I can't remember his name. But I think a lot of people respect it because it's UConn. But
does competition have a lot to do with translation to the NFL for a quarterback?
Absolutely.
I feel like they think it do. I don't know, man. It's tough because it depends. It do.
I think
but not even competition, Steve, of who you play against, but also competition of who you have on your team. Because some of these guys play for stacked teams, a la JJ McCarthy. So then when you go to the league and you have to figure it out at some point in time, you're like, oh wow, I didn't you don't know what it's like to have to struggle for a little bit because you've always had everything.
I think
a lot of Alabama quarterbacks have dealt with that.
I think what I can say about that is there's always context to it, but one thing I can say, I mean, who are the 3 best quarterbacks on planet Earth right now? It's Mahomes, it's Josh, and it's Lamar. Texas Tech, Wyoming, Louisville. So I think it's just kind of depends,
I think for me, I think the more, because if you think about those schools, like they don't come off as having Jared Judy, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Henry Ruggs. Like those schools don't come off to that. So it's like you got to figure out how to really throw these guys open, and that's kind of more translatable to the NFL. Throwing a receiver open because them zones is so small. And I think when you got guys like that, they can just easily get open. A Jeremiah Smith or whatever. You kind of like fall in love with that, and then it becomes so unrealistic. You don't realize, like, hey, bro, this is open in this league right here. You know what I mean? Like, but you're so used to seeing somebody just win by 5 and 10 and 20 yards. Like it just, I don't know. But at the same time, you could get some quarterbacks that's used to it. Joe Burrow, I mean, shit, he make it do what it do. But I mean, he get to keep his weapons. So I don't know, man. Like. This, I don't know what else would go into it.
Yeah. It's. I think those 3 guys that you named, those are unicorns. You know, I mean, obviously, it's not that often that I guess guys that come out of smaller schools are, you know, in the MVP race or something like that. You know, they can be serviceable, but we don't normally see that often.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Moving along. What about the 4:00 game, man? Mahomes. Speaking of Mahomes versus Dak. I feel like he was outplayed by Dak in that game, but at the same time, it go back to what we said. Shit, I mean, Dak arguably got two, top 10 receivers. Well, no, arguably no. He has two top 10 receivers, and you could argue George Pickens been top 5 this year.
But top 3.
I don't want to hear that because he's done it before.
You
He's done it before. But worse than receiver court.
That defense too. I heard it from
that's
you
the God.
first.
That's Jesus Christ. That's what they say.
I want to hear what you got to say, Steve, because I heard it from you first, though. But man, a lot of people in the beginning, September, Donnie, September, August, man, they lost that trading away Michael Parsons. Everybody was on the Cowboys. They tanking. They might as well lose out. I heard Kobe say it first. Shout out to Kobe. He said, "You don't want to tank. You want to keep winning and see what you could do with your team because some pick can turn into some, and then boom, they turn it into Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams, and Logan Wilson. To me, that's Logan Wilson was the biggest steal.
Yeah,
Quentin Williams, of course, them household names or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But Logan Wilson pairing up with Eberflus's defense, that's like a match made in heaven. And I feel like shouts out to Jared too for, even though people had doubts about Eberflus, shouts out to Jared for trying to stick with the defensive coordinator and give the team some type of identity instead of just keep flipping through, because a lot of the defensive coordinators barely last 2 years with the Cowboys. So I guess Jerry kind of trying to make a football move and stick with, the play caller and not just keep changing in and out. But him picking up Logan Wilson, man, that defense, I'm not gonna lie, man, you're right. I mean,
they turned it around.
They
turned it around. I think that's a huge part of their success. I mean, their defense hasn't really been, that good as of late. But they struggle with stopping the run previous years. Guys get injured here and there. So, I think that trade, even though trading away a generational guy like Michael Parsons, I mean, it seemed like it's working out. Nobody who would have thought. But I definitely think they are competing at a high level at this point in the season.
What you think they need? What you think they need in the draft? Because they're gonna get a pretty nice pick. Corner.
Well, I mean, they got two guys that's paid. I don't know the verdict on. I mean, maybe Early could tell you about his cousin. You know what I mean?
If you're from the city, hey man, it's love everywhere. No, he's not fully healthy.
Donnie, what I was thinking about, I don't know how high they pick gonna be, but I was thinking about Caleb Downs right there to the Cowboys. That'll be. Yeah, I don't know how high that pick gonna be or how early he go. You know what I mean? But
well, I mean, if there's one thing you can guarantee, it's for some reasons the NFL doesn't like safeties, because I remember Kyle Hamilton and me thinking he was the best player in that draft falls to 14, and here we are 3 years later, and he's an All-Pro.
Right.
But I don't know if he does go to Dallas. I mean, they do need a safety. Donovan Wilson has been that great.
Best safety in the league.
They need a safety. Where do they pick at? Where do they pick in the draft?
Probably like 14, probably somewhere in that range. They pick 16 right now.
Okay.
You're not getting paid up at 16.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're gonna have to trade.
I think you could get a nice corner. His corner class is a little weak, but I think it has some nice guys at the top. Jamal McCoy's the big name. He was I mean, 2024 tape, that looked like a top 5 pick to me, but unfortunately, towards ACL in January, and there's been a lot of questions. He hasn't played since, but if he's healthy, I mean, that's an all-pro caliber corner. And then Mansour, yeah, he said in chat, Mansour Delane is very good as well. Maybe not the most athletic and physically gifted guy, but it's hard to find corners with that type of technique in college, and he's got it. And, you know, Steven, you would know as a corner, that's one of the hardest positions to play in all of football. And when you're that refined in college, it's impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I just don't know what they would do, you know, when Diggs come back. I don't know if they, you know, if they're gonna trade him away or just paid Deron Bland. You know, they don't have Jordan Lewis. They let him get out of there, you know, even though he was a nickelback. But definitely I would pick somewhere in the secondary, whether it's safety or corner, I don't know. Offense, they may franchise George Pickens. Who knows, just to keep him around another year. Who knows?
Yeah, they might honestly, like, after what they did with Michael Parsons, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded Diggs. No, honestly, just because of the simple fact of, like, trying to move some money around, trying to get something else, you know, from it. Maybe somebody might bite on it and give you something that, you know, you can really prosper with. But yeah, man, you know, what they do with Michael, man, I think they in the right. I think that having that type of mentality is actually, we saw the Patriots do it for years. Getting rid of a guy before, you know, to try to get more.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Earl. You know I love Diggs. You know, Bama salute, but you're not gonna be able to get the same thing. Whatever you got for a healthy Michael Parsons, you know what I mean? A tweak back, I guess you want to say tweak back. Diggs coming off an ACL injury, man. You finna get next to nut like you.
They somebody might bite because it's like quarterbacks too. Like it's not a lot of good corners out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean I know there's some teams that will probably bite and be like, hey, I don't know about a first round pick, but you know, he might can get 2 low round picks for him or something like that.
Speaking of corners, man, what corners you like in the game, Steve? Because I feel like the top 5 corners, like you right, like now that you have said that, like the top 5 was what we know, it really don't exist no more.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good 5. It's like tiers, right? So you got the first tier, and then I feel like there's a, you know, it's a middle class, a big group of middle class, and then everybody else is just at the bottom, you know, just kind of serviceable guys. Got Derek Stingley, obviously him, J.C. Horn, we spoke about yesterday. Pat Surtain, of course. And then after that,
Ward, right?
Okay, Ward. Yep, I'm tripping. Ward. You got Ward, Denzel Ward.
Stingley.
Yeah, I've said Stingley. So that's 4. And then
Gonzo in there?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm putting him over. I mean, Sauce is not even a thought to me. You know, he just got a name, but he's not even in my top 10, honestly.
Damn, he's not in your top. Can we have a conversation about that?
Not in my top 10.
So you got, we'll put Gonzo at 5. Who your other 6? I mean, your other 5.
You don't travel.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Quinyon Mitchell.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Damn, he might.
How you feel about Trent McDuffie?
I like Trent. He's probably top 10. He's having a down year though. He's definitely having a down year.
Do we like Jalen Johnson?
I mean, you got to put him in the top 10. I watched his game, and he's scrappy and all that. I don't think he's that athletic of a guy, but he's definitely. I mean, he's the top number 1 corner on their team, and he follows when he's healthy.
So how do we feel about AJ Terrell?
That'll be up, AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell, bro, to me, and I'm from Georgia, so I'm an Atlanta fan too. But AJ Terrell, man, he's just like, he's been inconsistent to me. He's kind of like how See, this year right here was big for J.C. Horn because he's been hurt a lot. A.J. Terrell, he has up and down seasons. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So if you name somebody else, I probably would put him over
Kenny
Terrell.
Moore.
Kenny Moore, he's a nickel though. You know, he's not. We've seen what he done on when they had to put him on the outside. You know, it's
How we feel about Devin Witherspoon?
Devin Witherspoon, he's not in my top 10. He good energy guy. You know, he plays good. I think his rookie year is his best season, in my opinion.
You got any names, Donnie?
Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah, man. You got any names, Donnie?
He coming around. He coming around though.
He's a first-round draft pick.
I know, like he strapped for like 2 weeks in a row, and then this past week, goodness gracious, boy.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing about, you know, when we start putting guys in the category, it's like, all right, I grade guys off consistency. Like, are you doing this every single week, year after year? You know, you're gonna have some bad games, but like the nucleus of your work, you know what I mean, the body of your work. If you just like, man, this dude, I already know what I'm gonna get from him. You know, I can't really say that about homeboy.
Man, but okay, so this is why I might as well get into it. Might as well get into it real quick though. The Rams versus the Panthers early. You hear at this point, Steve, I'm convinced, bro. They take Bryce in the back, they blindfold him, and they put a button up on the one button is play like Tom Brady, and up under another button is play like Uncle Rico, bro. Like, and like they got him blindfolded and they spin him in a circle. They like push one of these buttons because he might be the greatest inconsistent quarterback we've ever seen. He plays like shit, and then when he chooses to play, when he chooses to activate, it's like he popped the gauntlet. It's like he popped one of them stones.
It's scary. It's scary. See, me personally playing a guy like that is like, I know, like it's scary playing a guy like that because you don't know what version you finna get. You know, you go out there and you know you just thinking like, oh man, it's 5'0" guy, like, you know what I mean, we're gonna get pressure on him, and then he put 300 on you. It's like, damn, we should have took him more serious. Like he, you know what I mean, like you said, he's kind of like he got a trick bag, you know what I mean. But
have you ever seen the movie Us? I think Bryce got an upside down world, Bryce, that he swap with every now and then.
Yeah, son. Okay, Stranger Things.
He got an upside down world, Bryce, man, or evil twin that swap jerseys every now and then. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, he be two different players.
How he played versus the Niners, and the Rams have a better pass defense than the Niners. Like he looked like Dylan Gabriel versus the Niners.
Damn, and they should have won, man. They gave him this defense gave him everything to win that game.
Everything, a pick six, two. I ain't 2 pick six, but two picks back early.
They had 3 picks versus the Niners. 3 picks.
Yeah, it was wild, man.
And then Mike Jackson had 2 of them.
Yeah, he had 2, and then Mike Jackson had 1. That's another guy that's been showing flashes this year. I don't know if it's contracts year or what, but Mike Jackson, man, I think is that the same guy that went to Miami? I've been watching him for a while. I think that's the same Mike Jackson.
Yeah, he went to Miami. Yep.
Yeah, I've been watching him since he was in college. So, you know, he's he been doing this thing. He had a pick last week, pick 6 last week. So
I'm actually happy with that because this kind of them two, like this year alone, kind of remind me of, if you a real fan, like JC give me like Chris Gamble.
Ooh.
And then and then, you know, on the other side of Chris was like Ken Lucas, or like, you know, he always had a number 2 over there. I actually I think he went to Pittsburgh and then he went somewhere else. I forgot he played with, but I love Dante Jackson. I think for a 5'9", 5'10" corner. He had great ball skills, real fast. Like, so when we got rid of him.
Where's he at? Is he still in the league?
He played for the Steelers last year. I think he played with somebody this year. I've seen him play this year.
I haven't seen him on the field. He must be injured.
Who is on that?
Dante Jackson.
Is he? I thought he was on the Steelers. Is he not?
He might. No. Maybe he might be hurt. Yeah, I don't think so because all the corners over there.
No, the Steelers got.
He's on the Chargers.
That's who it is. The Chargers.
Yeah, Dante Jackson, man. Yeah, he did wonders for his size over there in Carolina. But people forget, like, he got real track Olympic speed, you know, and he played like it, and he really explosive. Can come up
He
and
made
make
that
big
kind of like
tackles.
Brent Grimes. He made up for that height.
Yes. That's a good comparison. He's faster than Brent, but yeah, same type of guy, I guess. Yeah, man.
I just think, like I said, we beat the Packers, lose to the Saints. Like, we just do this to ourselves over and over again. We beat a good team, we get high, and then it's like, we lose to a bullshit team, and it's like, I'm honestly like, think about this. We just beat the Rams. You would think, as a fan, you would think like, oh yeah, this finna, we good.
Yeah,
Like,
we finna run the table. Yeah.
I'm
The more and
terrified
more I
against.
look
I'm
at that team,
terrified
though,
in the
I
dome
think
next week.
I
I'm
think what it
terrified
is, though,
of the
Ernie.
Saints.
I think what it is, y'all a good team, but y'all don't know what it takes yet to
win.
To win, if that makes sense. Because
Absolutely,
like,
I know that's what I mean. Yeah.
because like when I look at it, like what you even said, Steve, they should have beat the Niners. Like the fact that like they was just in contention of that game when normally after you turn the ball over, how Bryce turned the ball over, but you just get blew out, whatever the case may be. It's the fact that even when you look at Bryce when he struggles, the Panthers still be in there to win those games. They don't get blew out bad at all. So what that shows me is the team is more complete than what we give them credit for. Now, once the quarterback comes along, that's how they reach over the top in different heights or whatever the case may be, you know, make a playoff run or whatever the case may be. But I think the Panthers might even win this division this year because they got two games versus the Buccaneers.
They got to play the Falcons here. They got to play the Falcons again, right?
They swept them.
Oh, they swept the Falcons already. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We swept them. We expect 30-0, and then we beat them the last time they played when I think did Michael Penix get hurt or was he playing that game?
Nah, it was Kirk Cousins.
Okay, yeah. So if they win the division, then they might have, opportunity to sneak in the playoffs, right? I mean, they went out. They went out. They got to win out, I believe.
Yeah, but we got you up here. You got the jersey in the background. I definitely want to talk with y'all about this because if all of these teams start to make pushes, what we thinking, man, this is gonna be crazy to see the Indianapolis Colts fizzle out like this. But they ended up losing to the Houston Texans, 20-16. CJ Stroud first game back, 22 of 35, 276 yards. Daniel Jones kind of looked real hurt in that game, but he still put up 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 85, held him to under 100 yards. I mean, we got a few playoff pushes. You got the Jaguars still. You got the Ravens trying to get into the playoffs. And then, of course, you got, a lot of people just want to look at the Steelers, and we'll talk about them later. But you got the Bills. You got the Bills too. What other teams? You still got the Chargers.
I don't believe them at all.
It's tough, man.
They're so injured right now.
I think Herbert is hurt too. Really.
Yeah, I do too. Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, I don't believe the Chargers one bit. I mean, you got the Broncos.
Yeah, they gonna win the division. So you got the Broncos that's gonna win the division, pretty much right now. This upcoming weekend is gonna be a good game. Colts versus Jaguars. That's gonna be pretty much to see who leads that division right there. But you got a hungry ass Texans team on the rise. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it can get ugly to where somebody gonna miss the playoffs.
I mean, Houston going into KC. I mean, I've given up hope on Kansas City, man. I've seen enough. I mean, it's hard to say that, but they just don't have enough, man. I think Houston about to go in there, put a belt to ass. But if that happens, then KC is out.
So you think pretty much is over for Mahomes? It's no longer just, hey, Mahomes will get us there. Like, they got to do some
against this defense. Against this defense, I don't think they're gonna do nothing with them. I mean, it'll take a miracle. But then I mean, what are they number 2 in their division, the West? Yeah, I think they number 2. Or is the Chargers above the Chiefs?
I thought Chargers was above them, but
Chargers are above the Chiefs. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so they number 3. I mean, they got a super tough Sunday night matchup versus a hungry best defense in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot, their defense hasn't been playing up to their standard. So shoot, I don't know, man. Maybe Spagnola can throw some exotic blitzes at CJ. Who knows, man? But I don't believe in the Chiefs either right now. Yeah, but yeah, they're gonna have to blow it up. I think they're gonna have to do something. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with Kelsey. Their receivers just can't get open. You know, the connection hasn't been there with Mahomes all season. Can't make the deep shots like he's used to making. I don't know what's up with Xavier Worthy. Juju non-existent. Hollywood Brown, he'll have a catch or two here and there. You know, Rashee Rice, I like him. But he doesn't really scare you. You know what I mean? Like they don't really have guys to like move the needle for them. So, no.
You think they got a draft to probably figure out how to trade and get somebody like AJB, or what would be a good receiver to go over there
though? Like to trade for?
Yeah, that realistic you think they can get? Like, what would be a good receiver to pair with him? Because I mean, Rashee Rice, like you said, they making it work, but I feel like he was at his best when he had a true burner. I don't know what it is about Xavier Worthy that I don't know.
It's crazy.
It's not working. It's not working.
It's at this point he's just looking like a, you know, what they call it, the love of the game guy. Like he just running fast as possible. You know what I mean? Like not a real threat. Shoot, man. I don't really like an older veteran for them. I need somebody. I don't know if somehow they can get Jettas, that'll be a good one.
I like Kyle Pitts too.
Kyle Pitts,
get out of there.
Oh, if Kelsey get up out of there,
yeah,
that'll be a good one. I think Mahomes and Andy Reid make that work, but they just got like some little guys on the outside, man. They need like when I was there, my last year there, we had my boy Sammy Watkins. You know, he's that X backside.
Sammy.
Sammy Watkins gonna give you that work. You know what I'm saying? So, and then everybody else in between is just gonna get the tough yards. So I think they need like a true one. They don't have that. Kelsey arguably was their number one for the last few years, and I mean, he's Father Time. So
he's been good the last couple games though. He's been damn good.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said Father Time catches up to us all, and it's caught up to him.
Oh yeah. No, like you said earlier, he had a couple catches. He been productive, but it's not enough. Like they not. And then also, the offensive line is really banged up for Kansas City Chiefs, so they're gonna have to address that. I feel like they've been kind of incompetent blocking for Mahomes, so they got to figure that out, man. But I don't know.
Yeah. All right, man. Moving right along. Shortly on this one, Jags did what they were supposed to do, but they beat the Titans. What was it, like 25-6 or whatever, 25-3. How do we feel about the Jaguars? Are they a true contender in the AFC since it looked like the Chiefs probably won't make it? I won't really say that, you know what I mean? Until they like mathematically eliminate it, you know what I mean? I always think that the Chiefs still got a chance, even though I do think the team is bad. But how do we feel about the Jaguars? And a two-part question: what should the Titans look to go draft this off season too to help out that team. But how you feel about the Jags, everybody? I mean, Donnie, we could start with you and Titans, man. I know early don't like Cam Ward, but
it ain't I don't like him. I just knew he wouldn't be good enough to make that team better.
Yeah,
They need more. They need way more than him.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're gonna need basically, I don't know, draft. That team is so bad. Like, it's one of the worst rosters I think that's been constructed over the last couple of years. At that point, I would assume they're going to get the number one pick in a draft where teams are going to want to go get a quarterback. It'd be smart for them to trade down, gain assets for next year. This is going to be a multi-year rebuild. And, the good news is they have a lot of money, so that's good too. But if they can't trade down, just take whoever you think is the best player in the draft and then call it good, because they need just about everything outside of a quarterback. And then about the Jaguars, I like the Jags. I don't know if I'd call them Super Bowl contenders just because you don't really know what you're ever going to get out of T-Law. He looked good against the Titans. I mean, congrats. I mean, you look good against the Titans. And then, he looked pretty bad against the Cardinals. And I know the Cardinals' record isn't good, but they do have a good defense when it's healthy. And in that game, it was healthy. And he had 3 interceptions that game. And then there's been other games where he's been great and then he's been bad. It's like a roller coaster with him. So I don't really know what I'm going to get out of him. So I'm not really going to assume that they're going to go far in the postseason. Like, maybe they can get lucky and snag a win. Like, maybe they play like an injured Chargers team in the playoffs and they can snag a win against them, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah. The Jags is the more I watch Jacksonville, when they play good teams, I feel like they're able to compete, but I feel like they're also one of those teams, like, they're learning, like, this is new to them, right? I feel like they're trying to figure out how to win, and I mean they're doing it, but like when in those big games, those big moments, I feel like Jacksonville always finds a way to lose them, so it's gonna be interesting with them. I'm excited to see them play the Colts because both of those teams are playing for something. It's a must win for both sides. Are they playing in Indy or Jacksonville maybe?
Let's see.
Yeah, we don't trust Indy. Ain't like we trust Indy.
They're playing in Jacksonville.
No, we don't trust. I don't trust Indy one bit. I don't trust them one bit. I mean, Jacksonville should win that game, but who knows? They do have, I believe, the number one or top run stopping defense in the league. Surprisingly, the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, hey, that's number one thing. You got to stop Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you would call it shutting, but I feel like Houston Texans did a good job. Not every team gonna have the resources of what the Houston Texans have, but
right. They did enough, man. They did enough to get the job done. I mean, you saw what Kansas City did. The verdict is out. You got to stop them and make Daniel Jones.
I'm talking about Trevor Lawrence.
Huh?
I'm talking about Trevor Lawrence. Like, man, the jig is up. Even though the record ain't bad this year, man, we done. I'm the Jags in general, man. Just please, let's. Like, I'm so glad. I know it's messed up, but like, I'm glad Kyler Murray got his job taken. Just so we can stop talking about it. It's about 5 quarterbacks that we've been talking about for like 3 to 5 years now. That I'm just so ready to get over and move past that. They're not who we thought they were, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. Maybe one of them might have resurgence, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield style, but I'm just so over the Trevor Lawrence talks, man. And then the Titans, man. We were just saying last year, not even we. I was just arguing how bad Calvin really was, and we were just saying last year that he got Calvin really, he'll be just fine. And now we're finally saying, maybe Calvin really ain't that good. They that good. He ain't been good since he gambled. Like, he ain't been good since he gambled. And I'm glad we finally seeing it. But the boy been dropping passes for like 3 seasons now, man.
Man, what you think it is? Mental?
Um, I think his love for the game, man. I don't know. I think it might be his love for the game. I really believe that those years in Jacksonville damaged that boy. Like,
Damn.
speaking of Jacksonville, they damaged him. Like, he ain't been the same, man. He ain't been
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know, man. That's a doozy, man. I mean, I don't want to say Ridley Wash, man. That's my dog, man. But it's tough. Speaking to another receiver, I definitely want to hear what you got to say about this. The Browns versus the Niners. Niners end up clapping Shadur in the second start. On the sideline during the game, we saw Jerry Judy. They was having an animated conversation. I kind of know what it's about. You know, it was a couple passes Shadur missed him, but if you look at it, he was facing crazy pressure on a few of those passes, and even on one of the passes. To me, it looked like Jared Judy could have caught it, but he was jogging. But then you see him cut to the sideline. You just see Jared Judy kind of
like he went at him.
Yeah, and for me, Steve, is like, you know, well, you wouldn't get no targets with Dylan Gabriel. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
So why you didn't have that same energy with Dylan Gabriel? And you know, and I get it, bro. I'm not trying to make excuses for Shadur. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, I support Shadur, but you see the situation little buddy going through.
Right.
How you putting him even more between a rock and a hard place, because the coaches already got him up under this ultra magnifying scope. You know they don't want to play him for real, so they really trying to view how he react and all this stuff. And to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, Alabama guy, but bro, shit, Steve, he ain't been good since Alabama. Like,
he ain't been
good. What I'm saying?
He has not been good.
Well, he was good last year. He was a Pro Bowler last year.
He was okay. He was okay.
He was a decent corner.
He still struggled with drops. Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Luckily, you had Jameis, the person just go out there and chunk the ball all over the field. So a lot of the drops Jared Judy had, you really overlooked them because, you know what I mean, you out there playing Jameis throwing picks. So, but I mean, I get it. Yeah, he had a decent year, or whatever the case may be, but I don't know, man.
At least Shadur trying to get you the ball. If you really like, and you hold me, like, how dare you? You hold me last week. I had a nice pass inside the 30, basically 35-yard line, and you hold me last week. I didn't complain and none of that stuff. And mind you, I need them snaps inside the red zone. I need them snaps inside the 50. I needed that.
You want to do Instagram highlights on the field.
If anybody should be mad, Shadur should be mad. Like, I got a coach who don't want me here. I need every possession I can get, and you hold me. But the moment you imagine, I'm throwing you the ball, we just not connecting. If Jerry Judy really loved the game, and then he had that comment after the game with, "Well, oh man, I don't want people to just, you know, they only know me for I do other stuff. I'm not just a football." Hey, bro,
come on, bro.
People. I ain't gonna lie. Michael Irvin said it the best, right? Michael Irvin said when he got to the Cowboys, they was dog food. They get Troy Aikman next year, if I'm not mistaken. He said because Michael was the only one of the few players on the team that wanted to, like, you could tell wanted to win. He said that the coaching staff was going to him when the new coach came in. They were talking to Mike like, Mike, who you like, who you don't. And Mike said, I was like, get this dude out of here, get this dude, because he don't want like that. That's how it should be. Like, get these bums, I mean, get these cancers out of here, bro. Please.
These energy vampires up out of here for sure.
And get them out of here, bro. Like, you really want his numbers. But mind you, if you really wanted to get your numbers, then you know what you would do? Hey, Shadur, meet me, man, 12 o'clock at night. Stadium. Yeah, let's get this repetition going. Like, we're gonna be out here late at night when nobody watching. All these cameras always watching us. When no one watches us, we're gonna be out here working. But you showing them up. Hey man,
you showing them up. I mean, that's a bad look. And I'm pretty sure Jared Judy got a little animosity because I can imagine when he fumbled that ball that first game, you know, he probably got chewed out in the meeting room, and you know what I'm saying. So next time around, he felt like, oh man, I'm open, I'm about to right my wrongs, and you know, the guy might have threw it a little too far, and it's emotion. But like as a veteran player, man, you can't do that. You can't that's terrible leadership. You know what
But
I mean?
Shador, mind you, if you watch it, Shador was like, "I hear you." Then he started to lean on it. It's almost like I know it's a crazy reference, but it's like when you step on a guy's shoe and he go, "Hey man," and you go, "My bad," because it's my bad, and then he turn up on you, "Cause yeah, man, watch for you, hey brother,
And he
hey,
keep going. Yeah,
yeah,
like
hey, I know I'm in the wrong. I gave you my bad, but now I ain't about to be your name calling me. Like I told you, my bad, bro. You can see
yeah.
Shador like my bad. Then he kept going to the point Shador had to come out his body a little bit like, "Hey man, go away with that." Like.
And we in front of the camera, like, bro, to me, that's the worst thing a teammate could do to you, man.
Mind you, they looking for me. No, they want me to fail.
That's the
They
worst thing.
want me to
That's the
fail.
worst thing you can do to your teammate, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like now I gotta look at you different. Like, you
I'm
know what I
glad
mean?
Deion taught them boys how to be outspoken too, because them reporters be trying to screw them a lot too, man. Asking them questions, them back-ended questions. Oh, how do you feel about certain play calls and all that? Trying to make it a Shadur versus Stefanski thing. But I be respecting Shadur on calling it out because he was like, first off, you trying to start some mess. And I'm not gonna say nothing about the coach. We believe in the coach's play. Go on from there. But it's sad, bro, because you would think somebody like Jerry Jeudy, who had to get traded away. You remember shit, he was a first round draft pick to the Broncos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they had to cut him loose.
He was the best. He was honestly the best pure receiver in that draft. Be honest with you, he was probably the best receiver in that draft. Like just on film, what you saw at Alabama, great route runner. Like he had all the tools, all the tools.
Yeah.
And then he became, he's become what he's become. But like I said, shout out to Shador for keeping his composure, because it's like, dog, my brother is literally a free agent because he lost his composure. Literally. My
Right.
brother's a free agent. Like my brother been home all year. It's
The
week
league ain't got
13
no
now.
patience with them at all. Like
Exactly. Like literally, he couldn't even make he would have probably made the practice squad and would have probably been on the roster by now, because the way the Bucks injuries been, he might have been getting some playing time. But because he lost his composure, the dude at home.
That was a terrible excuse. I don't understand. Me, I mean, it got to be something underlining with that situation, because I mean that's not like the first time a player then, you know what I'm saying, like got in a scuffle on the field, like, and it wasn't even nothing crazy. Like he just pushed the guy. But yeah, I get what you're
That's why
saying.
they hate though. They don't want a distraction. Like no matter what, if Shiloh still plays for the Bucks, we still looking for Shiloh. Shador play for the like we love them dudes. Like like we grew up with them. Like we love them dudes. Same way we love Travis. Like I think if Shiloh still plays there, it's still there. So they was probably looking for a reason too. Like, oh, okay, bet. So I can get it. Now letting you go, I don't feel bad about letting you go.
Right.
I ain't got to put
I
your
think
practice.
really what it is though, man, they just, I don't know, they don't like, for me, what I kind of see, and I'm just reading between the lines, right? So when Shadur made his first start, you see Coach Prime there, and the NFL, like, Coach Deion don't need no media pass. He don't need no nothing. He can go to any locker room, anywhere he want to, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy hat. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to Prime. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So what I saw, Deion back there hugging, Shadur, Pep talking him up. But I think, Stefanski, I don't think they really liked it. You know what I mean? Like I think, and I could, because I'm trying to see it from both ways, right? Because I know Deion. Deion is thinking about it from the standpoint of, it's the NFL, it's not for long. I want to make sure that my son is prepared for the task at hand. But like at the same time, the coach is looking at it from a standpoint of, well, shit, Early ain't got no Deion Sanders as his dad to be right there and hype him up before the game. You know what I'm saying? Like so why does he get that privilege when, you know what I'm saying, it's a 55-man roster right here? Like they don't get to have their dad, you know what I mean, before the game, pepping them up. You know what I'm saying? I know what the coach like looking at it from that. So it's like I could kind of see where the coaches be coming from, because it's like that is true. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know some cats on the other team wish they could have their daddy right there, walking, talking to them, letting them know, all the case may be. So it's like it's a double-edged sword, but I feel like they kind of really overdoing it with just because.
But that's hatred. That level of hatred, like, and I actually had to go through that in therapy. Like, when you come from a background where you got to really get out the mud and you really got to go get yours and everything you got, like, you really had to go get. I used to have the mentality where, like, the guy that had it easy, like, I would kind of like hate on them, like, man, you got your mother to do this or do that, like, and I learned in therapy, like, bro, but you can't be mad at somebody for having a better situation than you, like, you can't. That shouldn't bother you. Like, your journey and your path is your path. Their journey, their path is their path. So if me and Bama are both 5-star athletes, but Bama was able to, because Father played in the league and he was able to always have nice stuff and like a Marvin Harrison Jr. But I'm this kind of Jeremiah Smith or one of these guys is like I had to get out the mud. Me and Bama 5-star, I can't be mad at Bama because Bama, you ain't. And I think we did. We really did that. We really did that when we saw Cam Ward and him. When they got close and they were working out together, that's when it started. That's when the division started. We started making comparisons. Oh, Cam Ward, he really want this. Shadur just here. Like, you started to see it. That's when it really started to open up because we looked at Cam Ward's background and say, man, this man went from a struggle, had to get it figured out. Meanwhile, his spoon-fed dude, like, that hatred really started to come out where it was like, oh, man, he got it good and he really deserved it though. Like, man, you can't stop nobody path or journey, man. Like, how you come up is how you come up. What you put on the field is what matters the most.
Who you think gonna win in between from this game that's coming up this Sunday? Him and Cam Ward versus Shadur. Shadur gonna start again, but it's Cam Ward versus Shadur, man. The first of many.
It's gonna be fun.
Final score is going to be 7-6 Browns.
Yeah. Hey, we hyping this junk up like they both about to go for 500. This shit.
It's going to be fun to see the camaraderie.
Myles Garrett's going to break the sack record.
Probably so. Well, he got 4.5 sacks to go. What y'all think about that, dude? I mean, he pretty much locked up DPOI.
It's bittersweet. It's so bittersweet because I'm a Marcus Strahan fan. My father's a Giants fan. Growing up, I rooted for the Giants. I love Marcus Strahan to this day, so it's so bittersweet to see Mike held that record for so long, man. I felt the same way with Steve Smith. Steve Smith had that Triple Crown for so long. The Cooper Cup came 13 years later and took it, but over 15 years later and took it, man. So it's bittersweet, man. I wanted it to last for a long time. Surprised as much as they go to the ball now. Surprised it didn't get broken years ago. So many guys. It's so weird when it got to be at least 40 dudes. I'm probably like 25 dudes who got 20 sacks, man. Like, so many dudes have got 20 sacks since Marcus Strahan got 25 and a half. And literally, it'd be like 2 or 3 games left, and them guys wouldn't get it. Like, I watched it with J.J. Watt. I watched it with so many guys. I was like, you right there. I watched it with TJ. It's like, you right there. And they never got that half sack. So it's like weird that he about to blow it out of the water. He might get 25, 30 sacks this year, man.
Well said.
Yeah.
Top 2. By the time he retires, he'll be the second greatest pass rusher of all time.
How we feeling about the Broncos, man? They made that was a crazy. I told people that was gonna be a good game though. They barely won in overtime, 27-26. Commanders tried to go for 2 at the end. But how do we feel about the Broncos? Broncos squeaked by with another win. That defense, man.
I just
Nick Benito is.
I pray to God that they get White. I hope they go to the playoffs and they first round. It's like the Texans or somebody or Buffalo, and they just lose and get out my face. Like they wanted them to get out my face team. Like, please get out my face. Like that weak offense. They try to keep barely winning games. I hope they literally get to the playoff with a 14 or 15-2 record, and they lose in the first matchup. That's what I really hope that. Just to get rid of them. Like, please. Thank you. So we can stop this merry-go-round with these guys.
You don't think they could do this all the way to the Super Bowl?
I pray to God they don't. They probably could, but I hope they don't.
Because it's like these one of them teams that they're gonna do this shit all the way to the Super Bowl, I feel.
And that's why I don't want to see it. I don't want no bad. Please don't do it.
I mean, good teams find ways to win, right? That was the definition of the Chiefs last year, them winning all them one-score games, and now it's Denver this year.
Yeah.
I don't trust them though, if that's what you're asking.
Who we talking about? Kansas City?
Denver.
Denver.
Oh, Denver. Oh, Early say he don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
You don't trust him? Yeah. What is it? What is it
Nah,
about
Steve, I said I want them to go. I hope they go to the. I hope they go 15-2. I hope
Yep.
the first matchup they had is the Texans and the Bills, and they lose, and they just go away.
Yeah. So who do y'all want to see come out of the AFC? I'm curious.
Texans, low-key.
Yeah, they playing. Yeah, that defense is exciting.
I want to see either Josh or Lamar, just one of them.
Ooh.
And then whenever that one gets a rain, I'm gonna cheer for the other one.
Yeah, it's just Josh Allen, man. I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about with Lamar. It's like when he's winning, everything's good, but then when they're losing, we talk about the help. You know, they're not giving him a good supporting cast around him. Sean McDermott. I mean, they're the main culprit for not helping Josh Allen. You know, but
I mean, they missed bad on Keon Coleman. You know, I mean, hindsight 2020, but taking him over Ladd McConkey.
I'm about to say who else went over? Who else did win that draft?
If I'm being completely honest, and I don't think this gets talked about enough, I think trading for Stephon, and obviously hindsight 2020, but everyone always talks about how each team won the Stephon Diggs trade. The Bills didn't win that trade.
They did?
No, they didn't.
Oh no, they did.
No, because you know who the Vikings got? Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
A rookie Justin Jefferson. Like,
right.
Could you imagine if Josh Allen had Justin Jefferson right now?
Man.
Could you imagine? Like, I don't know. Like, people always say, oh, it's one of the most even trades. No, it's not. Josh Allen had prime Stephon Diggs for like 4 or 5 years. And
couldn't get it done.
is going to be on, GOAT trajectory for his production.
But Diggs did save his career, though, Donnie. Like, Diggs helped save his career. So, if you're looking at what Josh Allen became, it's a fair. You'll take that because it's like low key that.
Real quick, I just want to respond to Riddell real quick. You can say hindsight, Riddell, but that's all trades. Like, we grade trades based off what happened. So all trades like that are hindsight. And hindsight or not, they didn't win that trade. So, just saying.
I think Jetta's got to get out.
What draft? 2024?
What happened earlier?
But Steve,
Coleman with what draft? 2024, right?
Yeah, 23 or 24.
He was last year.
He was the first pick of the second round in 2024.
24, okay.
All the receivers that went. I want to look who went after Keon Coleman.
But Steve, let me ask you this: you really think them boys gonna turn down all that money they be getting just to go be on the good team? Because that's gonna be a big pay cut. He gonna have to take a big pay cut. He's not gonna get what he worth on a winning team. Put it that way.
That's true. That's true. They might have to, but he is a good player. A team that needs that, like a Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like they just not pulling the plug. They could have, been asking around for him.
Could have got Bryce Hall.
Yeah, could have got. Yep, they needed a running back, and now Kareem Hunt been doing this thing. He get a lot of, he get overlooked a lot, but I think they could have got Bryce Hall, and that would have been shit. We'd probably be looking at a different Chiefs team right now.
Brees, just because of what Brees gives you, because what they've had to do for years is like Kareem Hunt, and then he'll kind of catch a little bit, but Kareem Hunt, and then we'll put Smith on the field, or we'll put Clyde Zeller, or you know what I'm saying? Like they've had to like. Brees could have been like your everything back. Like he could have been your energy, that boost. You get that fresh body who come from a loose organization. Now he in at least a winning organization from history. You know how that be, Steve. When you go somewhere, you've been losing. You bring new energy in when you like, oh y'all winning over here. I've been losing. I'm excited to be here. Like,
oh yeah, yep, yeah. That's true. They definitely missed out on that opportunity. I think they probably were thinking, a little bit down the road, like, oh, we might have to pay this guy. So, they they sabotage that one.
I was saying trade for Tyreek beginning of the season until he got hurt and the terrible leg injury he had. That kind of went out the window.
They need a receiver bad.
Yeah, they do. And same with Baltimore. Both of them do bad.
And Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean Buffalo.
And they cracked the top 3 quarterbacks need at least 3 to 4 need receivers. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the league with that, man. I don't get the logic. They like, shoot, man.
It's because I mean, if you look at it, most of the top quarterbacks, the reason they don't get the shiny new toys is either because one, the team feels they don't need to address it because their quarterback is so good, or two, it's a defensive-minded coach and would rather look elsewhere.
Or C, we don't have enough money after paying y'all them crazy contracts. Because once you make all of that money, basically what you're saying is, I want Steve to take a pay cut to come over here and play with me just because I need a good receiver. And it's like, shit, bro, you got a family too. Because I was watching Gil and them. Gil is like, get all the money you can while it's on the table. Because after you done, you know what I mean, and them calls not coming no more, you know what I'm saying? They're not calling you to come into training camp no more. He was like, them bills still be billing.
You know why Gil is nasty though in that regard? Because you come from a place where you was kind of a knucklehead. So you had to get all your money because you wouldn't get that many sponsorships like that because of who you were as a person. But guys like Patrick Mahomes, I've seen guys take the pay cut because I'm gonna get my money in the back end somewhere else. So I ain't tripping off that. I might have to take $8 million off the top or put it on the back end. Like I've seen guys do that for a good receiver or whatever like that. I do believe I call it the Tom Brady effect. If you're newer, probably in your
I was just gonna say that
the Cam Newton effect. When you're so good and you show me you can do so much with little, we ain't gotta worry about that. We'll do other stuff around you, but we know you showed us you don't need that. Like that literally, like Tom probably the first one in my lifetime where I've seen where like after he had like those Super Bowls with like guys like Deion Branch and them, they was like that 107 year for like 07 to like 2010, 11 with Randy. After that, it was like all you need is a chill receiver and maybe a tight end, and then you gonna get it figured out, man. You don't need too much time. Go out there. And then at the end of it, when Gronk retired, right before he went to Tampa, it was really like, we getting you whatever out here, and you gonna make it work. It got nasty.
Oh, bro, they got that boy N'Keal Harry.
Boy, it got nasty.
I'll never forget that Doughboy. Doughboy was his name, bro. Like, that was crazy. N'Keal Harry. That's who they had drafted for Tom Brady, bro. Like, man, dude. And I'm talking about, bro, I'm watching this jump. So Tom Brady got this little thing where he'll like, if he do that, that means he double tagging your route. Like, so if you got a post, he wants you to post corner or slant guard or whatever. So anyway, he tagged N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry looked at him, still ran the wrong route, man. And you see it, bro. Brady had to throw the ball out of bounds, and he go back to the offensive coordinator. What's his boy name? McDaniel. He go back to Josh McDaniel, and he was like, "Bro, I can't play with these dudes, bro." He was like, "They bad, bro." Like, you really could see his mouth, like Brady saying, "I can't play with them." Like,
yeah.
Like, and
he don't play
Brady
with
never really had a number. He never really like thrived off just the system alone. Besides Randy Moss, like they don't. Their system is not predicated towards having a dominant X. You know, they get their job done on a quick game and an opportunity. Like, you make a mistake, we gonna find the weakness in the defense. He don't really need to, too much talent. But Brady is known to make people better around him, and I feel like a lot of these top quarterbacks, I feel like they think that they can do the same thing. It's only one Brady. You know what I mean? In the system, and the system allowed him to spread the ball out, spread formation, and just take the weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I got a matchup, I got Julian Edelman on a linebacker. Like, come on. I got two routes off of that: slant If he's inside, pivot out, boom, hit the open, get the ball out. I just don't think teams are built like that.
But Brady was always like a good government job, Steve. Like it was clockwork, it was check in, check out, it was precision, it was timing. Like Steve, like Chad said, Chad used to freestyle with Carson Palmer. He could freestyle. He could, hey man, I'm supposed to run a slant here, but I see something. I'm gonna run this 9. When he said he went to Brady, it was like 5 and in. 5, 10, and come back. Like if you go 12, I'm not giving you the ball. And he's like, no, I come from a place where like I was able to kind of like pick my own poison. Like even what you see what Patrick Mahomes does with Travis Kelce. Like where it's sometimes with Travis and run some shit and be like, he sees something and be like, oh, I'm freestyling. And then get out of there. But Brady wasn't like that. Probably other than Gronk, because Gronk was probably one of the people they let be like, and even that Gronk was like Dennis Rodman, Detroit Pistons. Like he was real kind of chill. And then when you look at Tom Brady when he went to Tampa, who he became, I was like, who this dude? Like he was having more fun. He was talking shit. He tweeted. I was like, oh yeah, he really was like just being it really was a system with Bill Belichick. He definitely ran like a military over there.
A military system. I mean, I played against those guys for years, man. Gronk, the whole cast. Edelman, Amendola, freaking Chris Hogan. And then can't really sleep like their running game. They had guys coming out of the field, Welker. The running game, they had what was his name? White, the little short running back.
Yeah.
They had White. They had
Danny Woodhead.
Yep, Burkhead. They just had some guys, and I think it just fit their system. It fit what they were doing.
Nobody bigger than the program guys.
Nah,
a lot of them
man.
like, I'm just happy to be here, so I'm gonna do what you say, boss. Yeah,
I mean, this
no
is Brady.
no people coming in there trying to showboat.
And I also feel like they had like when you go into a situation like that, this is Tom Brady for one. You're playing for one of the best coaches ever, and then like this ain't like no regular ass team. Like this team got championships, so it's like the average guy can play great over there. You know what I mean? He just raises he raises your play.
No, you're right. I remember when Wes Welker was with the Dolphins. Like, man, he changed Wes Welker's career. He probably made Wes Welker a Hall of Famer. Like,
yeah, and I remember Danny Amendola, boy, that boy got put on his neck by Rolando McClain. Oh my goodness,
he was real good though. Danny was real good. I like
the Rams
too. Yeah, I like it for the Rams too.
Well, man,
he couldn't stay healthy. That's all. Couldn't stay healthy.
I'm gonna say I had some really good matchups. When I was in KC, I did the same thing McDuffie did. In base, played outside, and then the sub package, I slid in and played nickel. And I used to see him Edelman a lot. And that was like in that slot, that was you better know what you was doing. You gotta be savvy. Yeah. And he's tough. He's tough. He's not like the average slot. You know what I mean? He's a tough dude to play. You know what I mean? He's gonna punch you in your chin strap.
What is it about him though? What is it about him?
He just crafty and then and also like just him playing with Brady, like they was just like in sync. So like you got outside leverage, you getting single high defense. All right, I'm not giving up this out route. I'm not giving up the inside fade. You know what I mean? Obviously, I got to run with the overs, but he was able to. It was almost like Luka-ish. Like people talk about Luka, how pace. So like he'll come off the line looking at you. You're like, why the fuck he looking at me? Like he looking at you, then he'll hezzy, boom, 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 across your face. Like it was just shit like that. And you can't really touch him. You can touch him, but like he gonna hit you with something too. Like, it was just in sync. It was crazy.
It's crazy. He started off as a corner. They had him playing so many positions. He was a quarterback. Y'all remember? I watched Julian Edelman for a long time, bro. I feel like Julian Edelman played for like 15 years, bro. Like for him to be like he was. I feel like he was like 10 years in and was still 29. It was like, Jesus Christ, you've been around forever. When he first came to the team, he was a quarterback. We played quarterback in college. Remember, they had him playing corner.
Yeah,
he was special teams, and they had him playing corner. And then I think it was one year where like a lot of receivers got hurt, so then he started playing receiver, and then he became like the guy over there. Like I remember that. Like he went through. He deserved everything he got because he went through every phase of like them just trying to like his work ethic. You can just tell it was like we can't get rid of him. We got to put him somewhere. And when he finally found his niche at receiver, it was beautiful.
Yep.
Well, y'all know how Wednesdays go, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up two more, but before we get up out of here, man, this has been a paid partnership with Splash Sports, man. I don't know if you've been up on the rock, but Splash Sports, one of the cool new apps where you can go where you can guess more or less on your favorite athletes, no matter when they play. Like Thursday coming up, we going more with Dak for 271 yards, and I'm going less with Jared Goff for 252 yards. But you can do things like that. And the sweet thing about Splash Sports, you're not just betting against, the house, you're betting against other people. So even if you do get one wrong, you still have a chance from the pool of people that you're going against to still win some cash. So download the link. You got the link in the description. Also, the QR code right here. Win with Splash Sports. They sponsored the stream. Appreciate you guys. This has been another episode of Press Box. Appreciate y'all pulling up. We will be back Sunday. Get y'all ready for some games. Probably talk about the Cowboys game. That's a good game that's coming up tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be one of the better, because Thursday night games have been trash this year. So hopefully this game right here coming up tomorrow will give us something to talk about. But we will see y'all Sunday. Steve, appreciate you pulling up, dog.
Yes, sir.
All right, Donnie, appreciate you too, man.
Appreciate
Always, man.
y'all.